Hello guys and welcome to the first ever episode of the MLS Road to Glory. I'm going to show you on screen in a minute just a couple of players that I've picked up over the last couple of months that I've made nice little profit on to hopefully start this Road to Glory in the right way. So let's just kick straight into it, shall we? And I've got here Neymar, obviously of Seattle. I ended up picking him up a little while ago, three months ago, as you can see there, for the £7.66 mark. And now we are looking for his in-season being at £37. That FOMO is coming in really nicely, so that's really nice. The next player I wanted to show you guys here was going to be Daniel, the San Jose starting goalkeeper. I picked him up for as little as £8.46 a couple of months back. And again, if we were to maybe look into the prices once it's ready, £49 there. I think I get more 35, 40, but again, the point still stands very solid indeed. And now what I'm going to show you again is a couple of my in-season, yes, in-season players here, because we are going to dabble into that and I'll get more into that later. But just for the first few players, we actually got here Wilfred Zaha. I actually picked him up here for £7.23. Don't know if you can just see that right at the bottom corner next to my camera. But yeah, I believe, because this is the Leon card, he is going for £70. So again, a nice 10x basically my money, which is very, very nice. And then the last one I want to show you guys here is David Pereira da Costa. I actually picked him up here for £14. You can see there on screen. And then again, if we were to look at the pricing of what he is now, again, he's hitting nearly £60, so I can sell him for £50, £55, which is a nice profit indeed. And like I stated earlier, guys, as well, I am looking to go into in-season. Now, this isn't nothing spectacular. I haven't got a humongous budget or anything like that. So we're just going to go through with this and see how we sort of go along. There's no point of really ROI. We're just doing it for fun. And I just want to showcase to you guys my journey. But let's show you, I've got here, if any of you do like these, I've got a nice little spreadsheet here. Obviously, it consists of the players in each position, team they play for, what I bought them for. And I've also got here, you can see at the top right hand corner, is the total cost value and also the total resale value. And this is what I did as of last night, as of the 20th of Feb. So again, very solid. And also some of the essence I have picked up along the way in regards to the auctions and the insta buys also. So if we just briefly go over them, and I can show you them in due course. We've got here Asas, I believe it is, £9 for FC Dallas. Mohamed Farsi, £31 for the in-season. David Schnegg, also DC United. And we also got another FC Dallas player here at £10 I picked him up for, that being Shaq Moore. In the midfield, we've gone for Pasalic, recently moved from Rijeka from the Croatian League to Orlando City, sitting at £41 with what I bought him for. Obviously, showed you guys earlier, David Pereira da Costa, which I'm hoping maybe doesn't put up the exact numbers of Evander, but hopefully if he sort of, transitions into MLS football easy enough, I believe I've got a bit of a steal there. But he's sitting at £14, of course. The other midfielders being Jared Stroud at £16, Nicolas Sadero at 15, and then Oni Valakari, who is a new Finnish signing for San Diego, who looks like he's going to be one of the starters in the midfield. So I just took a punt there. He seems to have got all right scores every now and again when he played for Finland. So that's sort of my thinking behind it. And obviously, like I said, I haven't got the biggest of budgets. And yeah, we'll just go from there. And also, like I said, guys, Wilfred Zaha there, obviously it's £7.50. Or just under £7.50, I should say. I'm just sort of rounding it up so it's just easier to go along. Ignatius Ganago, who has moved from Nantes in the French League to New England Revolution. He's sitting at £9. And I've also got here Unda, who currently plays for Fenerbahce, actually confirmed his move today to LAFC. And I picked him up for £12. So again, maybe another player I can showcase you guys later. Total cost being £190.50. And also that resale value being £363, which is very, very nice indeed. And I'm still not done there because I do need to ideally pick up myself probably another defender card, because Urhoghide, or Asas, we'll just call him that, or Zazi, is not currently within the squad because he's only just moved there, only just got his visas. So it's going to take him a week or two to sort of transition into the first team and nail himself down as a starter. But yeah, these are all the players essentially. Like I said, a couple of them are missing because they haven't quite transferred yet, but there are quite a few players there. There are some players I sort of want to get rid of, so I've not really showcased them to you guys. Like Nicholas Adero, I'm not sure if he's going to be starting for Houston, although there is, obviously on the list. But I just want to be as transparent as I possibly can for you guys. Also, what you may have noticed as well is obviously there is no in-season goalkeeper. As I showed you before on the list, I've picked these guys up for about just under £200. Now, if I wanted a goalkeeper, that's basically all that doubled. Essentially, it's going to cost me basically another £200, and that's for maybe a mediocre goalkeeper. So that's why one of the reasons I've chose obviously to opt out for that, unless they somehow bettered it. But I don't think the prize pool it's deemed good enough for me to want to get into that hot streak. I don't think it is worth it, in my opinion. Like I said, there's nothing stopping me doing it in a couple of weeks, month or two's time, where they have obviously all died down, the hype has died down. So I just want to think a bit more logically when it comes to that, of course. And guys, let's not forget here, I've also got my MLS Classic team here, or teams I should say, and I'm just going to showcase a couple of these sort of players as well within the gallery. What's going to be really cool to see, and something I want you guys to obviously take on along my journey, is will Classic outweigh the in-season? Obviously there's a bit of difference in class and players, etc., but not so much in the pricing. In season, obviously we're only going to be able to go for cash prizes essentially, and then obviously for the Classic, realistically we're just hoping for some decent amount of essence, so see if that can help us transfer some nice in-season crafts, potentially some tier 3 pluses is what I'm looking for as a absolute minimum, really, to be able to get some half decent plays. But in regards to the players I have in the club for Classic, Rusnak, Yeimar, like I stated earlier, Luis Suarez, Ryan Gould, all really top tier players within their sort of fields there. You'll notice as well, guys, I am almost defensive stacking a lot. I've got an abundance of attacking and midfield flair players who can score really well and peak really high. But Albert Rusnak, Yeimar, and you see here that of Stephen Fry. So when they've got a really good home fixture, personally and hopefully, I would usually play them in. That's sort of hopefully a bit of a whitewash, and hopefully that's the case. Other players like Langoni, very good top tier under 23 talent there for New England. Jordan Morris, Rodriguez as well. Like I stated earlier, have that Daniel. So again, a very nice defensive stack there. Espinoza, a very good player. Now obviously has someone like Arango and potentially Martinez as a top two up front there. Uzuni is going to be very interesting to see. I've followed his journey along his time in La Liga 2 with Granada. So it's going to be really intriguing to see how he gets on with Uzuni, gets on with Austin, I should say, considering Austin have obviously brought in some decent talent there to really shore up their midfield, for example. Delgado obviously moved to LAFC from LA Galaxy. David Martinez, I've heard nothing but good things about this guy. And there's obviously that Daniel I showcased to you guys earlier. Andre Blake, again, got Glesner's, two top tier defensive stacks there again. Play them at home against weaker opponents who are playing obviously away. And then, hopefully it'll be my day on that particular day or that particular game week. Brian Gutierrez and Bamba, I'm excited to see how these guys get along with each other as well. Robin Lodd, very good pick there. Hugo Lloris, Almiron, Hugo Kuipers, again, obviously with the boys, obviously with Bamba, etc. And then we've got a couple of other players here like Chris Brady, Ingvartsen, who's the new striker there for San Diego. Christian Arango, again, I think is going to be very solid for me. And that pretty much sort of sums up in regards to some of the top tier players within my Classic field. In regards to, obviously, my in-season lineups, I'm probably going to go similar to what you see on screen. We've got Hugo Lloris in goal at home to Minnesota. Mohamed Farsi at home to Chicago Fire. And then you obviously got Marco Pasalic, Wilfred Zaha, and Shaq Moore. As you can see, I've scraped together almost two teams. The first team is a lot stronger than the second team, but this is why I feel it's going to be very important to have two teams now or more, if at all possible. Whether you're in limited or in rare, it's going to be really intriguing now that with this little prize pool boost. Now, what is it, you may ask, or if you're unsure what it is? Essentially, Sorare have said if your team, each individual team hits, for me, for example, for rare, being 330 points, you get an extra 20 bonus essence on top of that. So you're basically already a quarter away there for a tier 3, for example, which I believe is 100. So very, very nice. And that's why I sort of wanted to sort of try get together a team good enough for that. I do need to play around with it a little bit more because I feel like I'm another midfielder or defender short. So hopefully I can transfer in somebody, recruit someone in that is going to be fairly consistent or fairly good in that sort of bracket and that sort of price range, I should say. But yeah, that's pretty much it in regards to obviously the in-season. It's exciting to see that. That's a nice little boost from Sorare. And yeah, I'm just excited to see where this could potentially take us. And obviously, another bonus having 2 teams. The first matchup, guys, obviously, again, if you're unaware, is the first game week for MLS this weekend. Everybody's going to be congregated into one big league. And depending on where you finish in the league, depends on if you're going to be straight to Division 1, Division 2, or you stay obviously within Division 3. So I want to hopefully get these guys to a minimum Division 2. I'm hoping this first team here, maybe if I recruit one more half decent player there, could do really well in getting good chances to get into the Division 1. And to finish up today's video, guys, we're just going to run through a couple of my lineup builds in regards to the classic teams that I do have for the MLS. As you can see on screen, they are pre-built. They are subject to change depending on any injuries, any last-minute changes for a team, etc. But I think all in all, I'm quite solid with these. But we got here Stephen Fry mixed with Yeimar at home to Charlotte. Could be a difficult game, but I think if it does run one way with the Seattle, then I can still see it being 2-3-0. And hopefully that is the case for this. Obviously, we've got Ryan Gould here as well, who's obviously, again, a top-tier player playing away at Portland. I think Portland are a little bit shaky at the back, so even if they lose 4-3, Vancouver that is, hopefully Gould is a part of those 2-3 goals that Vancouver hopefully score. Same with Luis Suarez at home there to New York City. Didn't have the best of games the other night in the CONCACAF Champions League. But, you know, he's got an abundance of talent even at the age he's at currently. And then obviously we finished that with the Seattle boy being Albert Rusnak, who I'm very tempted to maybe swap for the captaincy, but I think I'm a little worried about that. Rusnak came off the bench last night. I think he was had a little injury to him. So that's why I'm just sort of maybe playing by ear, may have to take him out at the end of it. But that's going to be Team A. For Team B, we've got here Hugo Lloris at home to Minnesota United. Then we've got Sviatchenko at home to FC Dallas. Espinoza at home to Salt Lake. Langoni away to Nashville. Nashville, again, are very shaky at the back. So, again, I'm hoping for a similar thing to Gould. And Christian Arango, who's actually at home to his ex-team of Real Salt Lake. So again, I need to check the lineup builders. I need to check up the predictions for that. But I think all in all, I'm very happy with that again. Maybe again, being the captain of Espinoza, very nice indeed. And obviously, we'll finish it up on Team C. Obviously, not as strong. It will get weaker as I use more stronger players. But we've got Andre Blake coupled with Jacob Glesnes. Marky Delgado in the midfield there for LAFC. Up top, Felipe Mora at home to Vancouver, and obviously captaining, there we go, Jordan Morris at home to Charlotte there, guys. And just before you go, guys, if you are blissfully unaware, I do run another channel here alongside my co-hosts of Sorare Jonesy, Sorare Ellis, and also Detroit Bad Boy. We are live streaming before this video comes out, but try and make sure if you can join any future episodes or any sort of live streams, that'd be greatly appreciated, and subscribe to the channel, and also follow us, as you can see on screen, on All Around Sorare on the Twitter. And also we do have actually a very special giveaway that's actually been given to us by That's So Rare. So we are extremely excited to showcase that to you guys. It's going to be out now, so make sure to check that channel out, and all the details will be on the All Around Sorare Twitter, that's for sure. But thank you so much for watching the first ever episode of the MLS Road to Glory series, and I'll see you next week for episode 2, and hopefully we won some rewards. Peace out, guys. And just a reminder, guys, if you did enjoy this video, make sure to hit that subscribe button and also hit that notification bell so you're notified every time I upload.